What up, what up, what up? It's your favorite podcast with your favorite podcast host. Talking your favorite podcast message. Talking the favorite podcast stuff. What's happening? It's Freewenow. It's Freewenow. Freewenow. It's Freewenow.
Till it is. 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 It is. It is. Backwards.
What up, what up? We back. It's Freewenow.
Till it is BACKWARDS. Backwards.
What if you just spelled it wrong?
I know. I've been hurt. I would have been hurt. I would have said, cut it. Cut the tape. Cut.
Yes, Sirski. And we back today with another great episode. Look, you know what I'm saying? These are just our thoughts.
Just our thoughts.
It's just our thoughts. Don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. Right? It's just our thoughts. And today we're going to be talking about Easter, Passover, and the resurrection. All right? Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just reading the Bible.
Just reading the Bible.
You know what I'm saying? If you got a problem with me, take it up with God. You hear me? You understand me? What you got for the people?
Hey, nothing else. Let's get into it, folks.
Yes, sir. Ski. Easter, the bunny rabbit. What does that have to do with Jesus coming back to life and resurrecting? So I'm like, make it make sense. Because right now, the math ain't mathing. What does a bunny laying eggs have to do with Jesus Christ? Jesus Christ. Resurrecting. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I'm thinking. I'm just a person that asks questions. I just have questions. So whenever I have questions, I go to the Bible to see if there are answers. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? See, the problem is, I won't say the problem before I get off my soapbox. Here's an interesting observation I've made. People just read the Bible for the sake of reading the Bible. I read the Bible because I actually have questions about life. And I'm just like, if y'all say the Bible's as good as it say it is, will it have answers?
Is it the study guide?
Is it the study guide? Can I actually apply it to my life? Okay, so Easter, what are your thoughts?
So for the longest time, as a kid growing up, Easter is not about the resurrection. It's about bunnies. It's
Chocolate,
about
baskets,
pastel colors.
Fact.
Trying to find the golden egg. That's really what it is about.
Fly.
So, growing up, I think my mom did a great job of recentering me and allowing me to know the true meaning of what Easter was. But as Hassan said, when you have questions, you go look for answers. So I was like, what is the connection between Easter and the resurrection? So doing a little research, I learned that Easter comes from Asterio, which is like this name of a specific goddess that was like a goddess of fertility. So Easter was a spring celebration of fertility that pagan individuals utilized, which aligned during the same time as Passover, right? Or where Jesus had his resurrection during that week, right? It aligned on the same thing.
Real quick, another thing that I always have a question of, why do Europeans always struggle with fertility? But that's the topic for another time. Y'all really want me to you want me to get crazy for real? That's gonna be, you're gonna have to tune into our way. We're gonna have to pay a subscription for that one. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, go ahead.
And as Christianity spread across Europe and the world, instead of just, I guess, beating people over the head with Christianity, they were like, let's find a way to make it easier for people to accept. And honestly, I find a problem with that.
Right.
When it comes to the Lord and when it comes to Jesus Christ, the truth is raw and you're going to have to accept it.
Thanks.
You know what I mean? Sometimes diluting your dope, as they said, this blue magic.
This blue magic. You don't cut this. You can't cut that. This blue magic. You can't cut this.
Diluting your dope makes people lose the plot.
Right.
And I think a lot of people have lost the plot. Don't get me wrong. There are individuals that understand what Easter is supposed to be about. But there's some people that you would ask questions and the only thing they see is bunny and chocolate and candy.
Yeah, bro. And then the next layer of it is these origins of holidays, I'm telling you, they're after your kids. Every holiday seems to like go after the kids. Christmas, Santa Claus, come sit on my lap. Come tell me what you want, right? Easter, it's about, the kids leave out a basket and then this goddess or whoever it is, this pagan figure comes after the kids leave a nest, they come and bring eggs to lure the children. Bro, like you have to literally like, everything that's created is not by accident, okay? Everything that's created is done with intention. Right? So as I'm reading this and I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, the goddess of fertility, number one, you're praying to a false god for fertility and putting that on top of Jesus' resurrection. That's a flag. On top of that, then you're gonna lure children. Hey, set out this basket and have this false divine figure be lured in for your children's attention. And like now they're gonna chase after these eggs that a unknown figure gives them. That's a flag, bro. I have a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's some deep stuff. And if you don't understand, we will have people dressing up as bunnies. We will have our kids going on passages in the woods to get eggs. I'm telling you, bro, all Halloween, right? It's about kids trick-or-treating. Kids getting lured to people's homes for candy. I'm telling you, bro, like every holiday, they're after your kids.
With candy.
I'm not even gonna get to these bathrooms and gender neutral, and then now your kid can be in the same bathroom with somebody who says they're a woman or somebody who says they're a man, and your child is in there with they putting it in children's books. Look, I know that the homosexual and gay stuff didn't start when I came on earth. It's been around for years. But for you to put that into a book for a child, what does a child need to know about gender neutral bathrooms? But what do I know? Bro, do your thing. Sis, do your thing. That's what you want. That's what you want. But like, why does my little sister or my little brother have to do with your sexual desires? That's interesting. That's very peculiar to me. But what do I know? You know what I'm saying? I'm just reading the Bible and I'm trying to figure out what's the answers. And I'm looking, I don't see Easter bunny one time in the Bible. I don't see no rabbits in the Bible. And then you go a little further and you dig and you see that basically bunny rabbits are known. You ever heard somebody like, you humping like a rabbit?
Known for their quick fertility.
Quick fertility, right? You humping like a bunny rabbit. They're known for fertility and having a lot of babies. Somewhere somebody said 9 months and they will hatch on December 25th. And then that's how you have Christmas and all this other stuff. But we're going to stay right here and stick with the plot. Right? So on top of that, I feel it's also interesting that Easter, Passover, and the resurrection are all during the same time. Even with the rainbow, when we said in the previous episode, it's like they try to stack up these distortions to make you lose the plot. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, so that's Easter. So now, me personally, I'm not calling it Easter no more. I can't rock with it. I can't vibe with it. I ain't find it in the Bible, so I ain't saying it in Easter no more. That's what you want to do. Look, like we said earlier, I'm not gonna put you in a situation that cause you to trip. So if that's what you want to do, then cool. But like after you know the history, it's like once you expose your mind to something, it's hard to go back from that. She used to eat Ruth Chris. For me, she can't go back to eating McDonald's, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm showing a different light. You know what I'm saying? But like once your mind is expanded, it's hard to go back. I'm not doing it. Okay, that's Easter. Anything else on Easter?
Nah, nothing else on Easter.
The resurrection. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Passover. Passover. What did you find? What are your thoughts on Passover?
I like Passover because God's so P.
God, super P.
You know what I'm saying? He show his hand.
Capital P.
And then hit you with the hand again on the right
you know
side.
What I'm saying? Like, you know wild card.
This is definitely foreshadowing.
For sure.
Foreshadowing, right? But it's interesting. So Passover, just a little breakdown. You know what I'm saying? The Israelites were under slavery from the Egyptian monarch, king, whatever you want to call him, for a numerous amount of years, like 430 something years, right? So
centuries.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's been a long time. So of course, what do? Hey, I'm in slavery. God, help me. Help me, please, Lord. You know what I'm saying? So they had been asking God for his help for a long time. So in this scene, God sent 10 plagues to the Egyptian king to essentially allow them to get for him to let his people go. Now, of course, the king didn't let everybody go for the first 9 plagues, but this was all part of God's plan. God knew the man was going to be stubborn, and he made it that way so that they could understand that this was the true power of God. But on the 10th plague, he said, I'm killing all the firstborn sons. And the only way that you can keep from getting your firstborn son killed is if you kill an unblemished lamb, and then you take the blood, you put it over your door frame, and then you eat the lamb inside your house, right? with like bitter herbs and unleavened bread. You had to do it a specific time. You put it over that. And then God came into the city and murked everybody that had a firstborn son, right? So, but the interesting thing to me about Passover, right? As we said, an unblemished lamb, precursor for Jesus, unblemished person, perfect person, is that when people of a sinful nature have to be saved, or people of in nature have to be saved, something perfect has to be sacrificed. Like, that's interesting to me, that something that has never been done, something that's never done wrong, or something that is in the eyes perfect and of the right nature has to be sacrificed for people who don't deserve it. Like, it's very interesting to me, right? And you're covered in their blood, right? Like, that is like almost the rebirth or the protection for you. So I don't have too much in-depth notion of that, but I just thought it was an interesting thought that something perfect has to die for something imperfect to survive.
Yeah, bro. And you said it's saying, and these are just my thoughts.
Yeah.
How long did you say the Israelites were in slavery?
Like 430 something years.
Okay. How long were black people in slavery?
400 years.
Talk to me.
Repetition.
Y'all not listening though. Like, it's just like, oh, we just talking, we just having a good time, Juneteenth, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? Like, drink deep. You feel me? Like, actually see what's going on. Right? Like, if you listen to this pod, I want you to start just, if nothing else, having a questioning attitude. And start looking for patterns. Because in life, in the Bible, there are a lot of patterns. So like Keith said, this was foreshadowing. For me, I don't know nothing. I'm just getting over Easter Bunny. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at this, I'm like, oh snap, Passover and the resurrection ain't at the same time?
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking low key, Passover and resurrection, the way they, you know what I'm saying, delivered to you in the world, it's like, it's low key the same time.
Exactly.
So I'm like, okay, I'm thinking this Jesus passing over. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing this happened, like you said, 2,000 years before Jesus even came.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So this Passover time, it turned into a festival. Just how we have Juneteenth, that's how you know they was black. You got a plague that turned into a festival. We survived the plague, and now we partying. You know they was black, right? So it was an 8-day, festival, right? And that's Passover. But 2,000 years later, the resurrection, if you look at the calendar days, at this time, resurrection and Passover, they follow the lunar calendar, right? And so it's the same time frame, right? So it's not like, oh, Passover happened in January and then this happened in October. Like, nah, this happened during the same time period, around March to April time period, 2,000 years before, and now the resurrection is happening during the same time. Mm-hmm. That's not by accident. There has to be intention behind something 2,000 years apart happening at the same time. That's why I don't believe in the Big Bang Theory. You can't just crash into a bunch of stuff and then now there's order. If I don't cut my hair is gonna be wild. That shows me on a small scale, intention causes order. If you don't cut your grass, it's gonna grow and be wild. That means that to have order, for there to be earth, for us to be a perfect distance away from the sun so we get warmed and our plants benefit, but we don't get burned, bro, that's intention. Right? So I'm saying all that to say, just listen to these plagues, matter of fact, right? So the first one, the Nile River was turned to blood.
Turned to blood.
So you couldn't drink it. That's the first plague.
And the frogs?
Pharaoh still ain't listening. Pharaoh's like, I don't believe. Then the frogs, right? Then the gnats or lice eating up everybody's crops. Then the flies doing that. Then all of the livestock caught a disease. And
Except for the Israelites.
Except for the Israelites, right? Intention. Right now, boils on everybody's skin, right? So it's very painful, nasty looking boils on everybody's skin, of the disease. Right now, hail is coming from the heavens and is raining down and destroying everything. Then you got locusts. If you don't know what a locust is, look it up. It's a nasty looking insect.
They clear things.
Wiping everything out. Then you have a darkness of a cloud for 3 days. And then after that, that was the 9th one. The 10th one coming, you still ain't listening. So then after that, the death of Pharaoh's firstborn son died as well. That's when he was like, all right, my son died. what's even crazier is they have their Exodus. That's where the term Exodus comes from, right? In the book in the Bible. They leave. Pharaoh changed his mind as they leaving. So this is a crazy time. You talk about movies and Netflix. You got 10 plagues. They didn't seen a lot. Mm-hmm. You got 10 plagues that didn't happen. We leaving. Then Pharaoh changed his mind. So now Moses got to use the staff to part the Red Sea. I didn't even know that all of those were connected.
Yeah. Right?
They're like 10 plagues. Then you got to part the Red Sea to escape after Pharaoh changed his mind for the 11th time.
Yeah, because Pharaoh let him go, was about to let him go, then changed his mind, was about to let him go, then changed his mind, was about to let him go, then changed his mind.
I'm like, yo.
Yeah.
And then the Red Sea right after that, I'm like, yikes. That's why you got to read the Bible for yourself, bro.
What's also a big, I think, important factor is leadership in this. As they said, on the 10th plague, right, the Pharaoh's firstborn son died, but that doesn't depict that the fact that the firstborn son all the way down to like the lowest of lowest people in Egypt died as well. So who you're following, who you allow to have control and power over you, or who is speaking on your behalf can cause an unforgivable amount of destruction in your life.
Facts.
Because of the thought process of this Pharaoh and him trying to cling to things that God was trying to shake loose.
For sure.
He got the lowest of the lowest made firstborn son killed. Like, I'm just here working. I'm just cleaning up. I don't got nothing to do with y'all business.
Facts.
And I'm getting affected by this.
Facts.
So that just goes to show you leadership is important. And who you follow and allow to lead you is important as well.
Huge. As Trump would say, huge.
Huge.
The biggest.
The biggest.
It's super, super important. Nobody's ever done it like this. Right? So look, I'm almost at the mindset of like, I want to start celebrating Passover now. Might as well. They already have festivals.
We should.
That's what we should do. We should do a Passover festival. You know what I'm saying? Last time, that's when Paul was teaching and Eutychus fell from the window.
He was trying to get the Passover and couldn't make it. He's trying to get there.
He said, hey, yo, it's lit. They have it Juneteenth. And you gonna fall out the window while I'm preaching? Come on, Eutychus. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But no, that's interesting. But I didn't know that 2,000 years had passed and how connected they were.
Exactly.
So now we got the resurrection. Right? So as I'm reading about the resurrection, it was kind of crazy too. Right? What are your thoughts on the resurrection and what happened?
So tying the resurrection back to Passover, I think it's so interesting that people call Jesus the Lamb of God. You can't make this up. The Lamb of God.
2,000 years later. Yeah.
And they say we're covered by the blood of Jesus, which is the things that have granted us the ability to be forgiven for our sins, just like they covered the doors of their houses in the blood of Lamb. Like, just the amount of connections and all of these different things are so intentional, right? So it takes a higher processing being to be able to do this.
Right.
To be able to set it up so player and be like, I'm going to hit them with something 2,000 years later that they're not even ready for.
You know what type of patience you got to have?
Type of patience.
For 2,000 years?
Yes. 2,000 years.
And then put it in a book so it matches.
But also, one thing about the resurrection, and I think this is something that is that is constantly repeated in the Bible, it talks about patience and endurance. It talks about patience and endurance, and it says it in a way that you don't sacrifice your integrity to hastily get somewhere. Like, Jesus was a perfect individual. He grew up in the hood. Jesus didn't grow up in the rich, Jesus grew up in the hood. You know what I'm saying? He did loads of magical things, changed loads of, like, made multiple changes in people's life, done things that have never seen before, and it all was culminated into an event where he had to carry a cross on his back and get beaten and bloodied and battered for a long period of time to be dead and then rise again 3 days later.
Right.
Like, it shows that the things that we go through in life, right? The things that we go through in life all serve a purpose.
Right.
It is all etched in the nature of who we are.
Right.
So don't get so caught up in your current circumstances, right? Because at the end of the day, Jesus went through all that and you could be like, I don't got it in me to do all that.
Right.
You ain't got to because he did it for you. But look where he's sitting at now.
Right.
The judge, he's the reason we even get to go chill with God. Through him directly is our liaison to getting into heaven.
Appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he did all that so that he could sit by God and be like, Keith and Hassan, they all right. They good. Come on. Y'all boy, come on.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? I'm being I'm gonna hit the nay-nay. Ah! You know what I'm saying? Like, he did all that so that we would have the opportunity to even be in the presence of that.
Right.
To be, you know what I'm saying, made again, to be our souls to be made perfect.
For sure.
So I just love how the connections are made through, but I just also love how the story just talks about endurance, like slavery for 400 years.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that wasn't an easy amount of time. Like, I could be the person that only lived the first 100 years. I'm like, God ain't never come to save us. I ain't get to see the 400 years later, but then I will be missing my purpose in the grand scheme of things.
It's like four that's like 5 generations. Bro.
Exactly.
5 to 6 generations.
Endurance.
Okay. And so the last thing I'll touch on is just something about the resurrection that they don't really talk about. Right. And it's in Matthew 27, right? Verse 50. It says, "Then Jesus shouted again and he released his spirit. And that at that moment, the curtain in the sanctuary of the temple was torn in two from top to bottom. The earth shook, rocks split apart, and tombs opened. The bodies of many godly men and women who had died were raised from the dead. They left the cemetery after Jesus' resurrection, went into the holy city of Jerusalem, and appeared to many people." Right? I didn't know
Yeah, I didn't know
that, number one, it says Jesus released his spirit, number one. So it wasn't like y'all really took it from him. He laid it down. You know what I'm saying? Like, he could have did whatever he wanted to. You just mentioned all the miracles he did. He could have did whatever he wanted to. He had to release his own spirit, right? Like, y'all didn't have that authority to release his spirit. That's number one. Number two, after releasing his spirit, he shouted, it's a big earthquake. Bruh, people that was already died came back to life. I ain't write the book, bruh. Go read it. Matthew 27, verse 50. Read it for yourself. It's saying that it's so powerful that he rose other people up from the dead that had already died. Imagine, bruh.
Being asleep for 300 years.
Bro, you chilling. You know what I'm saying? You like, man, they just did my boy Jesus dirty, bro. They did him so dirty, grimy, shiesty, right? And then you hear somebody knocking on your door. It's one of your dead relatives. You like, whoa.
All right.
Like, what?
Did you forget something?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking I'm hallucinating. I probably got a hold of some bad, you know what I'm saying? Some substances you ain't supposed to have.
Let me put this down.
You know, I gotta put this down. You know what I'm saying? After a funeral, you know, everybody gonna be drinking, you know what I'm saying, smoking. They gotta cope, right? Weed and stuff was back then. So I'm assuming they probably like, what did y'all give me? I just saw my cousin that died. He's coming knocking on my door. Great grandmama, is that you? What you doing here? Right? That blew me. 2, it says that Jesus stayed alive for 40 days after that. I didn't know that. I thought he resurrected and just got up out of there. No, he resurrected. The people that came up from the tombs walked into the city of Jerusalem as well. So just imagine all these people just walking together that used to be dead. That's a crazy sight. And then he said he stayed alive for 40 days. And then they said when he ascended to heaven, they watched him ascend to heaven. It was a cloud, but they just watched him ascend to heaven. That's insane to me.
OD.
I've never heard those stories before.
Never heard those stories.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we actually doing? What are we teaching? Right? I say all this to say, just have a questioning attitude. Right? Like, is what I'm believing the truth? And do I think it's the truth because of who told me it's the truth? Or is it because there's actual evidence behind it?
Actual evidence behind it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, am I believing this because my mama told me? Or am I believing this because it's the truth? Am I believing this because this is the church that I grew up in? Or am I believing this because it's the truth? Am I believing this because somebody of authority told me this? Or am I actually believing this because it's the truth? So, to Easter, I'm not celebrating Easter no more, right? I'll celebrate Passover. Of course, Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
I'm going to celebrate the resurrection for sure. You know that.
Parlay.
You know what I'm saying? But I might start throwing a little festival, a little Passover festival. You know what I'm saying? What you got for the people?
No, I love that. I love your last little point too, right? You know what I'm saying? Does it make sense? Am I believing it because somebody else told me? This is why it is essential. It is a necessity to read the Bible and talk to God yourself, because he speaks differently to all of us. What he tell Hassan, he may not tell me. What he tell me, he may not tell Hassan, right? Because all of our purposes on this earth can only be completed by us. So there are things that I'm privy to that you may not be. but that doesn't mean what you're getting is just not as amazing. So understand, have that relationship with God so that he can talk to you. So that when you in the car driving and you don't believe in yourself, he show you a rainbow and be like, I got you.
I got you. On the way to talk about what you gonna talk about too.
Facts.
That's insane. That lets you know that we on the right path.
We trying to do something.
You know
Trying to be better.
We trying to make the path straight for y'all, boy, man. You know what I'm saying? Get in line. Feel me? What else? Easter, Passover, resurrection. And we also did this because Easter just happened.
Easter just was happening, so it's
Right.
relevant.
So
Saying the time frame and stuff like that. I learned more about the stuff when I was reading it. I was like, hold on, I didn't know all this lined up. The dates
right. It's crazy. So
Yeah.
do your own research. It's Freewenow.
till it is backwards.
Yes, sir, ski.